Hey, what's here? After using all of the Team of the Year cards, I'm going to rank them from top to bottom. Now, a lot of guys are on the same rankings. You can kind of intermix some of them, but I went through, gave my thoughts, how they perform on the field. Now, a lot of these rankings are going to be scheme dependent too. So, like, there are some cards, like Sauce, that gets really good man coverage abilities, but his zone stuff is kind of lacking. So I play mostly a zone scheme, which is funny because, I seen the meta really shift to zone like 3 weeks ago or so. I see mostly zone I go against, rarely run into man anymore, which is, interesting. Disappointment because that built my offense to beat man coverage. So my offense is a little bit weaker now that I go against mostly zone, but, when in doubt, just throw a corner route. I mean, like... Dudes refuse to get out of cover 3. It's really weird, dude. Anyways, I mean, the same dudes that refused to get out of man coverage earlier this year, but let's just move on. All right, best to worst. We got 36 Team of the Years because we got honorable mentions and stuff. The other ones I'm not ranking are the John Madden cards. Bobby Wagner is my least liked one. Middle linebackers, they're just, like, not good. We can look at abilities and stuff on him, but really, every safety's got built-in lurker. So in order for a middle linebacker to be worthy, he needs to have like 0 AP lurker and other 0 AP abilities like safeties have, or some like overwhelming, physical thing. And Wagner just doesn't seem to have it. I'm not rating the John Maddens, by the way, but yeah, everybody else is there. So Bobby Wagner, last on my list at 36. Can I go up one spot? All right, one spot. Oh! I went up 3 spots. All right, well, it's kind of special teams and a fullback. Now, use check. You know why I have special teams low? Because so what? The only thing is, like, punters are useless, but kicker's kind of nice, right? If you take your free, card that you get, like, you obviously want to do the kicker punter set to do John Madden, because then you get whatever your choice back. So, like, you get your 2 free cards back out of the John Madden set. And if you take the kicker, he's endgame, right? You'll never need another kicker. The rest of the year. I'm not sure we're going to get a whole lot of other kickers the rest of the year anyways. But, like, I don't think it's really worth using or getting for your squad when I feel like there's much more impactful spots. Now, don't get me wrong, Tucker's great. I actually might put him above a fullback. But the thing about fullbacks is I actually run into a decent amount of people that have a running scheme. Now, where is the fullback here? I guess we'll just go position, fullback. Use check is nice, okay, if you do have a running scheme. The issue is, like, honorary lineman is not, like, specific to use check. And if I have a fullback, I'm just using that free Gronk with Vanguard, which is way better. Obviously, you run use check and Vanguard out there. But, like, he's good. And that's all I got to say about that. As far as use check, like, a lot of times, he is a great lead back. Pretty decent speed out there for a fullback. You can put it at tight end, too, if you so desire. But... yeah, my scheme doesn't involve fullbacks, and if your scheme is I-form, cringe, bro. You should totally just get in shotgun and throw it all the time. All right, so I guess every time I press up, it goes up 3 spots, so we'll just do 3 at a time. I got 2 running backs and Max Crosby. The reason why Max Crosby's 32 is because his AKA is so significantly better than this Team of the Year card, it shouldn't even be the discussion. Just throw it out, okay? Crosby's AKA card... It's funny when I say this. It's not, like, great on its own, but the bonus that it provides to your D-line to wipe out the resistance bars every few plays is so important to a 4-man rush. Like, Max Crosby allows Tank, allows J.J. Watt on the Milkman card to basically insta-kill everybody, okay? It's so important that, like, you won't have to, like, midway through switch your guys around in the D-line on a 4-man rush to reset the pass rush points, that kind of thing. You can basically set Crosby and forget him. And so on his own, he doesn't get great pressure. He's not that great of a card. You're going to hear that from me for a bit out of these Team of the Year cards. But combined with the other good pass rushes in this game, a dominant force for the AKA. But this card, no, he's terrible. I have 2 running backs here. Aaron Jones and Nyheim Hines are my running backs here. Now, there are other running backs in this promo. You'll see a bit higher. Aaron Jones, don't get me wrong, well statted, a pretty good card. Nothing that really stands out to you as insane. He's not, like, overly heavy, not overly fast. The reason I don't like him is because his short in is not 0 AP, right? And you're going to see that same issue Hines is good too. Don't get me wrong. I like Hines. Short in is 1 AP. Now, Hines is 0 AP return man. That's also not something that's unique. There's a few 0 AP return mans. I think I can, like, Najee, Hines again, Perry, Beck, Corell, Patterson, Megatron's not really obtainable. Those are 1 AP. But, so it is rare-ish, but I don't know if, like, nobody kicks deep anyways. You can put him at fullback, I guess. But my running back right now, if I'm going to have a guy like this, like, he's not like a bulldozer, I'm going to need 0 AP short on him to get separation in man coverage, which is something that some other guys on this list that gets, and they'll be higher on the list. So I like guys that fall forward, like, you know, out there, Quadzilla, King Henry, like the thicker guys like Bettis. Even though I feel like weight isn't as important this year, it's still important. So not having 0 AP short in for me, because again, I'm going to run a pass scheme, kind of sucks, okay? If they do get manned up. All right, right here, the next three. Cameron Hayward, Reddick, and Chris Jones. 3 defensive linemen. Reddick's just got bad stats. Chris Jones and Cameron Hayward don't stand out to me at D-tackle. They don't get great abilities. I'm actually really sad at the Team of the Year abilities for a few of these cards. Here we'll go with Jones. Like, my D-line right now, if I'm not using the AKs, there's 0 AP, right? There's no reason to spend a lot of AP on the D-line or any at all, because so many cards either get like 0 AP inside stuff, which these guys don't get. 0 AP El Toro, stuff like that you can use and utilize to attack guards effectively with abilities. This guy, he gets goal line stuff, Chris Jones, which is we've had goal line stuff with 0 AP for months now. Free cards, I think, get that even. Under pressure is nice. I think a lot of people do run Fearless. There are some people that don't run Fearless, which is just insane to me. So under pressure is cool. But, like, I just don't think Chris Jones does anything unique. His stats, don't get me wrong, really cool strength, acceleration, speed, not that good right there. But I do like the fact that he's 300 pounds, and that's, like, really it. So I would say the same thing about Cameron Hayward, but just repeat what I said. He's faster. Really cool, but his abilities aren't what you want, okay? All right, so that's those 3. And then Reddick, off the edge, again, nothing special in my opinion as far as abilities. We also have Bosa. Bosa's honors card played awful for me. I just expect, you know, the +1s in this card isn't going to make him play any better either. So I didn't even pick him up and use him today. I just expect Bosa to be bad. All right, now we're kind of into the O-lineman block, right? The O-lineman block, Quentin Nelson, free nasty streak for a guard, chef's kiss. Trent Williams, Lane Johnson, they kind of go on to, like, I basically lined them up on which abilities like the most out of all of them. They're all solid, and that's all I got to say about that. Wait, what was Creed Humphrey's abilities? I haven't used Creed Humphrey today. That is one guy I just added there. Creed Humphrey, I ended up using Kelsey instead. He's got, yeah, I was not wrong. Post up. I guess post up for 0's cool. It doesn't really post up's great for like double teaming guys to get to the next level. 3-man rushes. Kelsey gets free identifier. So it's, you know, whatever you want to run instead. I needed the 3 identifier on Kelsey, which is why he got rated 2 spots. But like this is like, okay, here is something to think about when you're choosing your 2 cards for your free ones. If you choose a quarterback, it's going to get outdated, right? Ken Stabler already outdated every single quarterback on this list. If you choose a skill position, if it's for your theme team, these guys are endgame theme team cards mostly. We'll probably get some better golden tickets with better abilities and stuff like that. Don't get me wrong. Actually, I don't even think they're endgame because ability is going to get even wilder, especially with X factors and stuff that we see EA is giving. So, anyways. It's actually not a bad idea to utilize your free cards, your BNDs, right, on offensive linemen, on cards that aren't sexy. Same thing with Justin Tucker. Because you're going to have them all year. They're done. You're no longer going to upgrade that, and you could just focus on your skill positions if you do have those high-end cards and upgrading those to new high-end cards. Whereas, like, who cares about upgrading offensive linemen? Upgrade the positions that are more fun to use. But if you do need studs, I got some studs coming. Don't worry. Fred Warner, a guy I didn't even think I was going to pick up, was basically the MVP of my stream today. I went against a guy running Monster. For some reason, 3-3-5 wide hard flats didn't work. I ended up switching to nickel normal hard flats. Fred Warner tackled Tyreek Hill often and quite vigorously, and basically saved the game, won the game for me because I was able to, score on the guy at will because he's trash. But Monster, he scored like 3 straight touchdowns on me because I'm like, why aren't my hard flats working? Why aren't my flat set at 0 working? Because Micah Parsons was just like backing up, and I put Fred Warner in there at defensive end. He's got free I think he's got free enforcer and free lurker. It doesn't show him that GG, but I'm pretty sure it's that way. Parsons I have here just due to respect out of his name. This guy did nothing for me. Unless the only way I feel like Parsons and some of these guys were actually getting pressure from me, they were either coverage sacks or they came in without getting blocked because O-line mechanics in Madden are terrible. So I was actually really let down by a lot of these rushers. And I don't think any one of them are game changers. Parsons, I was really surprised. They didn't give him a great power move. I don't know if you believe in strength at all against the run. Agility's kind of low. So Parsons, I was specifically disappointed in. And that's why he's kind of like lowish. But I do like the name. He just did not play well for me at all today. But we'll keep trying him out. Burns, I like Burns because he gets like El Toro, and that's why he's higher than Parsons on the list. Parsons, I put pick artist on him for tip picks because, how many tip picks do you guys get? It feels like a lot seem to happen. Eklund, McCaffrey, there are better pure runners in the game. King Henry, Quadzilla, for example. I also like some of the other high-end running backs in the game, maybe a little bit better as pure runners. Fournette, example. I really did love, oh man, who's that latest 97 overall running back? I really love the way Chris Johnson ran for me, but these things are expensive, right? Charles ran for me nicely. So they're kind of similar to them. The free short in is so nice. So don't get me wrong. Free short in is that ability. And so them getting the free short in is kind of important. Anyways, back up. So that's why they're there. Brian Burns that you talked about. I do like the running backs, but again, running backs, we get a new running back every week. That's like best in the game. So don't use free cards in Eklund and McCaffrey. They're nice though. They're gonna get you some positive yards. They're gonna be great separators in the pass game too. All right, we're now getting into the DB spots. Minkah Fitzpatrick. During the stream today, it was kind of a meme. Like, he got burned a few times, and I'm like, what? I didn't see that. Like, I had to, look away from how badly Minkah burned me. You're really going to see a lot of this list populated by DBs here at the top. DBs and other wide receivers. Minkah was wildly bad. Maybe, I don't know what it is about me. Mel Blount was terrible for me the first day I used him, too. Now, he's played well since. I'm building this Steelers theme team on Saturday, but Minkah, man, that was a tough day for me. Hopefully we'll get better when I get that. 97 speed on him. He does get a nice stack. Deep out, mid zone, pick artist, or you get rid of the mid zone or deep out for a acrobat instead if you prefer that. So it depends if you blitz heavy, maybe mid zone and acrobat with pick artist. User, that's pretty cool too. Acrobat, pick artist, which is something I didn't do. Anyways, Sauce Gardner. I run zone. This guy's honors card was terrible. Not great play rec. Depends on how much you believe in play rec. On Sauce, man coverage, chems. If you run man coverage, Sauce is a little better for you. Jalen Hurts is here at 12. He's not the best quarterback in the game. He's good. Slight step up from his earlier Super Bowl card. It's just he's so fast, dude. This card is so crazy fast. What is it? 96 speed on Hurts. Wow, he gets all NFC team chems, it looks like, too. So, pretty versatile. Generic 3. Not the best release, but he'll win you some games. All right, next up on my list, Kelsey, Allen, Garrett. So, Allen, I feel like slightly better than Hurts. I like Allen's deep release a little bit better. Ability-wise, he also has the big 3-stack, Fearless, pass velocity, and hot route master. Cheaper than Hurts too, so that's just more usable for that reason. Myles Garrett's here due to his attributes being so high. His abilities aren't great, but overall, I gotta respect how well they did him up. I guess maybe the reason he played so bad for me today is the low end acceleration, right? Like, dude, Mean Joe Green's got like 99 acceleration on my squad. This guy's got 93. But, dude, high-end block shed, power move, finesse moves, well-balanced. I actually use a bull rush strat item, which brings those up to, like, what, 97 and 99 for finesse move and power move, respectively, along with 99 strength. He should have played better. He should have played better. The downside of this Garrett abilities are nothing special. I know people like to stack edge threat, double or nothing, but I go against secure protectors, and those things do nothing against secure protectors. Even on old gen, I'm not even sure they do anything against, you know, old gen non-secure protectors. But next gen, they did go crazy for a while. So, anyways, he's there just due to respect on his attributes, but man, he did not show up at all to work. Travis Kelce. So, Travis Kelce and Kittle are right next to each other. They're very similar tight ends. I feel like Kelce will separate better. He's got route tech, which works on more routes than short end, but don't get me wrong, short end is basically all you need for a tight end. But route tech is just a little bit more powerful because there are some like posts if you're in different formations that will get better separation on Kelce. But Kittle is a much better run blocker, like 95 run blocker. So like it really depends on your scheme. I just think the extra added value out of the run block for Kittle pushed him one spot ahead of Kelce, but they're both fantastic. All right, Jair Alexander, this guy got dunked on for me. He also made a nice pick, but yeah, he's all right, I guess. If you have like if you run a hybrid man zone scheme, I think Jair gets really decent hybrid. Like he gets deep out zone knockout and decent, like, I don't know if that's about one step, but outside shade, inside shade also. If memory serves correct. Tyreek Hill is just 99 speed, which is why he's so big, so high on the list. He's not big, but as for like a guy that you just get the ball in his hands and make him make moves, Tyreek Hill is about as best you can do in the game right now. Obviously, non-theme team 99 speed is kind of important, but a lot of guys get 99 on theme teams now. The 3, 4, and 5, Marlon Humphrey. A lot of what I was going to say about, like, you know, the other DBs also go on to Marlon. Just, you know, top-end DBing right now. I think it was at 98 speed on Marlon. Let's go ahead and take a look at that. Yeah, 98 speed on him. Gardner, Alexander's at 97. These guys all have 98. So they're not going to really get beat due to raw speed. They're going to get beat due to Madden mechanics being terrible. Marlon, of course, on his abilities, gets, you know, the kind that I like. Deep out, pick artist for 0. And then you can run route chems too if you want to mix up man and zone. Otherwise, yeah, he's got no mid, but acrobat is I think having an acrobat defense, it might be about time to turn on the acrobat defense. I think I'm going to use more acrobats out there instead of maybe mid zone, or maybe I'll run like a heavy blitz scheme with acros and mid zones and short zones and shit like that, and just to have a fun time like that. Anyways, my top 4: Derwin James is a hitter. He's big. He's a great safety, great user, super flexible. Ramsey plays phenomenal. I love the secure tackler on him. I love him as a nickel slot for you. Jefferson and Chase, they're very, very similar. Got no difference on them. I love them both. Those are my list. Great cards. Like almost every single one of these Team of the Year cards is like the best at their position. So it's really hard to rank them all. But that's what I kind of came up with, like, you know, the most powerful cards that you can get on the list. The best ones ranked. Let me know if you agree, disagree with my thoughts around this. But again, just want to reiterate, if you get those NAT cards, it's not a bad decision, even though they're low on the list, to grab offensive linemen and just be done with them for the whole year, because then you're all the way through August, you're solved at your offensive line spot, which is a really good feeling to have. And that's it. Bye.